serve you, Lord, with all my heart and soul. Make me listen to your living word. Make me follow you with all my will and strength.
Good day to one and all. I welcome you to this session on wellness and well-being. This is your host for this session. I am Michael G. Hormatrelos. Wellness has never been more given emphasis than at this time, amidst this pandemic that's taken the world by storm. It is not just about the importance of physical wellness that has come to the fore, but also the significance of mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness. Wellness and well-being are the primary concern of human society, and rightly so. More and more, people are becoming aware of the need to pursue ways of securing their own wellness and well-being. As such, today, please allow me to share with you some very important things that can help you come closer to securing your own wellness and well-being holistically in mind, body, and spirit. Let us start by answering the following questions. First, how do you feel right now about your own overall state of wellness and well-being in your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being? Second, what factors are hindering you from having a stable and healthy body, mind, emotion, and spirit? Third, what areas in your life are giving you so much stress? Fourth, how are you coping with these stressful experiences? I will give you a few minutes to think and reflect on the following questions. So, we ask ourselves another set of important questions. The first is your approach to life working for you at this moment? Second, is your way of thinking working towards making you more joyful? Third, is your way of handling your emotions making you more blissful? Fourth, is your spiritual life making you more peaceful? And the last but not the least, if your approach to life is not working for you right now, are you willing to try another approach to life? Thank you so much for answering our preliminary questions. Now, let me begin by sharing to you the 4 steps of wellness and well-being. The first step is being aware of this reality that you exist. I exist. Start by enhancing your level of awareness to your own existence. You need to enhance your level of awareness of this fact that you exist and that there are realities surrounding your own existence. The key to this existential awareness is the reality that you do not have control over other living and non-living beings and the things that are around you. The source of all your mental, emotional, spiritual, and even your physical struggles and stress is your unending pursuit of controlling everything around you to go the way you want it to be. If you just look closer and deeper, you will see and realize that it is this desire to be in control of what is around you that is giving you headaches, heartaches, and sleepless nights. The moment you cease controlling what is around you, your quality of life, your wellness and well-being will improve dramatically. Instead of wanting to control how people should be and wanting everything in your life to go your way, just accept the reality of life. That is, you do not have control of how others live their lives. Just accept the reality that you do not have control over all the circumstances of your own life. Some things go your way, sometimes these things don't. That is just the reality of life. Ganyan talaga ang buhay. Ingana gyud ang kinabuhi. The second step is to be cognizant of this reality that you are alive. I am alive. I live. You live. After enhancing your level of awareness of the reality of your own existence, move forward to enhancing your level of acceptance towards your own life. That is, accepting your own strengths and also your limitations. The key to this acceptance of your being a living person is the reality that you only have one life. You need to remember, your life is the greatest gift you will ever have on this planet. Nothing more, nothing less. As a human being, you need to accept that you have strengths as well as your own limitations. Moreover, you need to accept the fact that you have only partial control of your own life, your own mind, body, and spirit. Since you have not spent enough time mastering your own self. You need to see and realize that there are many aspects of your life that you are on autopilot. Meaning, you are not really making a conscious effort to control your own mind, your own emotions, your own body. You are just going by your habits and primal instincts. Your way of thinking, the words you say, your actions, the way you handle your relationships, and the way you handle your own body is one of self-preservation. That is one of survival. If you are on a self-preservation, survival mode, then your posture of life is always on defense. That is why, if you look closer and deeper, your way of life, your way of thinking, the words you say, your actions, the way you handle your relationships, the way you handle your own body, it is but littered with defense mechanisms. And that is the source of your desire to be in control of everything. As such, to enhance your wellness and well-being, you need mastery of your own self. You need to stop going on autopilot, going by your habits, defined by your primal instincts that is needed for your own survival. If you were an animal, that is alright. But you aren't. You are a human being. So start acting like one. What separates humanity from animal kind is our ability to be conscious of our own existence, and at the same time having the capacity to master ourselves. We therefore take ourselves to higher levels of the mastery of our individual gifts in the fields of music, arts, sciences, and other endeavors where we strive to have excellence in self-expression. Another dimension to enhancing our level of awareness to living is by accepting the fact that we have an interdependent relationship with all living things on this planet and to the planet itself. The quality of our very lives greatly depends on how we interact with this living planet and all its creatures. Cognizant of this, we need to be extra grateful to all that we receive from this living planet and from all its creatures. We need to be grateful for everything that we are. After all, what we are physically is but an accumulation of what we had consumed from this planet. Everything that we are physically is borrowed from this planet and from the creatures and the living things therein. For that, we need to be grateful and not wasteful. Grateful and not destructive. Grateful and not selfish. Again, remember that you only have one life, and what sustains you comes from this planet. What causes this planet to be is the supreme intelligence that governs all that is in reality. We need to be grateful to our Creator, whether you like that idea or not. Without our Creator, you will never be. And without your life, all the things that you have experienced would have never existed. In this planet, everything you value and hold dear will only have meaning to you as long as you have this life. The moment you die, everything you have accumulated within you, your memories, your consciousness, your intelligence, your power and authority, your knowledge about your family and friends, and everything else, everything you have, will die with you. Your life is limited. You have to realize that with each passing second, you are getting closer to the end of your life. Death is inching closer and closer by the minute. So live your life to the fullest. every passing moment. Stop wasting it by dwelling on these things that do not add to your wellness and well-being. The question is this: if you know that your life is coming to an end, closer and closer with each passing moment, would you like to spend each moment in anxiety, fear, misery, depression, resentment, and bitterness? Or would you like to spend each passing moment in joy, blissfulness, gratefulness, love, peace, and pleasantness of life? If you choose the latter, allow me to tell you this: you have indeed the power to spend each passing moment in joy, blissfulness, gratefulness, love, peace, and the pleasantness of life. After all, it is just a matter of choice. The third step in this wellness and well-being is becoming cognizant that you are love. I am love. Human life is all about love and loving. Without love and without loving, human life is just inhuman. The capacity to love and being loved is another aspect that separates humanity from animal kind. Loving is all about self-giving. Love is freely given and therefore must also be freely accepted. Loving is the opposite of self-preservation, as it is about self-giving. Lovers are self-givers. True love transforms a human being into the image of his Creator. It makes us divine. Only by loving truly, that is, by self-giving, can we become truly like our Creator in His likeness and image. That is love. God is love. Man is love. Ergo, man is like God, made in His image and likeness. When a person becomes a person of love, the focus is not anymore on the position of power and authority or of control. Rather, on becoming a person for genuine service. Instead of control as the driving force for one's life goals, love moves a person to a never-ending desire to serve others. A person moved by love becomes a platform of service and influence. The person becomes an untiring force of good. The person becomes an agent of change, a sustainable change. Change is more efficacious and sustainable when it is moved by the intention of love. A change motivated by power and control will not last. Only love can effect lasting changes in people and on this planet. The question is this: is your love about self-giving, or is it about you on the receiving end? Remember this: the quality of your relationship is defined by the quality of your love. If you are only concerned about taking and receiving from others, then you love like a child. If you take satisfaction in giving, expecting that you will also take and receive from others, then you simply love like an adult. If you desire to only give and not expecting something in return, then you love like a good parent. You never have truly loved if you have not learned to truly give yourself to others without expecting anything in return. To love is to affirm, that is, to make others stronger, better, and happier. By loving others, we give them security. We give them the chance to be the best versions of themselves, even if that means also accepting their failures and weaknesses along the way. To love is to affirm people of their own value and dignity, of their importance and significance. As human beings, it is the next stage of our evolution to be truly free, which is to become fully love-driven in everything we do. We need to break free from being driven by just our primal instincts of survival. The need for food, shelter, clothing, and for the multiplication of our species. Highly evolved human beings are those that are able to truly love. If the majority of our species will settle only to live according to their primal instincts of survival, then the future will surely still be riddled with wars, aggression, competition, and will be marked by the survival of the fittest. But if we all evolve, if all of us will be able to truly love, then we will become like our Creator, and our future will be divine, and our destiny will be in the heavens. Without becoming loving beings, our species is destined to perish on this planet. We are doomed. By becoming loving human beings, we are destined for the heavens, the stars, and beyond. So let us pause to ask this question. As a person, what kind of love are you practicing right now? Still like a child? An adult perhaps? Or have you reached the level like that of a good parent? The fourth step in this wellness and well-being process is becoming cognizant of being one. I am one. This last step will take you to the ultimate level of wellness, will enhance your affinity to the Creator and all of creation. Let us begin by acknowledging that as a person, your boundaries, my boundaries, are self-made. What you call you is an arbitrary boundary, one that is made out of self-preservation, out of convenience, out of comfort. What I call me or you is something that is entirely dependent on our own posture of life. If the posture of self-preservation is adopted, then your you or me will definitely be limited, boxed in, definite. Anything that crosses that boundary is an enemy that needs to be fended off, should be eliminated, should be conquered. The key to this step is to realize that your limits, my limits, can become extensive and even boundless if you wish and choose it to be. You can do this by enhancing your level of affinity. What this means is you need to expand instead of shrinking. You need to be more inclusive instead of being exclusive. In reality, I can expand my own self by expanding my self-boundary to include you as part of me. Not just you, but I can choose to include all human beings as part of me, for that matter. Not just human beings, but all of creation and even this planet. By enhancing my level of affinity, I will cease to see you as outside of me. Instead, you become an integral part of who I am. If that is the case, if you are a part of me, then you are no longer a threat. If you become a part of me, you are no longer a stranger. You are no longer an enemy. When you become a part of me, you cease to be my foe. You are no longer a nobody. You become a part of me. If you are a part of me, I will never do anything that will hurt you, since hurting you means hurting myself. You and I become one. You need to realize that it is by being inclusive that you enhance your quality of life. You enhance your wellness and well-being. You need to realize that on the contrary, by being exclusive, by being boxed in, by boxing yourself and shrinking towards self-preservation, you are going in the opposite direction. Such a way of life will never lead you to wellness and well-being. Remember this, your conscious act to become one with all of humanity, one with this planet and its creatures, is the final key towards becoming one with our Creator. If you look closely and ever deeply, you will find and realize that there is an unseen force, a supreme intelligence and consciousness, that of our Creator, whom we call God, that is lovingly, freely, and consciously enabling us to reach this finality. In spiritual term, we call it as grace. There is an unseen hand, that of our Creator, God, who is love, that moves us all towards this finality. Everything that has ever been done in creation is all geared towards this finality, that we may all become one with God. When we deny this reality of the divine, the reality of a Creator God, a God who is so loving and infinite in His love, then we will remain in our own little eggshells, contented in thinking how big is our own self-universe. Only when we break free from our self-inflicted ignorance and break through that minuscule eggshell of our self-made boundary, from that self-made preservation walls and barriers of self-defense, shall we be able to begin to see the infinite extent and boundlessness of our own opportunities and potentialities as human beings. Even time and space cannot limit our humanity when we break free from our limited boundaries. We have the potential of eternity. Let us not be tempted by the limitations of our mortal existence. Do not just be tempted living your life by your primal instincts. The sky is not the limit. Aim for the heavens, the stars, and beyond. So be boundless. There is no limit to what you can become. Be a better version of yourself every passing moment. Expand your horizons, heighten your levels of perception, and expand your levels of awareness. Be more inclusive as you could ever be. What is you, what is me, is just an infinite potential and a boundless possibility. So let us ask this question. Why are you limiting your potential as a human being by excluding others in your life? What is hindering you from expanding your potential and possibilities as a human being? Isn't it time to start expanding your horizons for your own well-being and wellness? Before I go, I would just like to remind you of this important point. To ensure continuous self-improvement and growth, I would like you to embrace the empty cup principle of learning. In this principle, the cycle of learning, unlearning, and relearning are very important. When your knowledge is not enough, do not be afraid to learn new things. When what you have learned is not anymore working for you, and the quality of your life is not becoming better, then do not be afraid. It is time to unlearn the things that are obsolete. When you have forgotten something in your life, be humble enough to acknowledge it and relearn it. As Socrates has said, true wisdom is knowing that you know nothing. As such, every person must strive to be open to new possibilities of learning, unlearning, and relearning, as this paves the way to a better self, a better person, a better human being. Lastly, life is indeed a journey. A long and tiresome journey if you want it to be. But it can also be a joyful experience if you want it to be. Anyway, just remember, you have the power to choose what you want and what you want your life to be. This is the essence of true wellness and well-being. Take responsibility of your own life and nurture it to become life-giving, life-enhancing, life-sustaining, and life-motivating. While at it, just enjoy the ride. Thank you so much for listening to this session, and I hope that in this short time, you also have learned some things. And maybe perhaps you can also unlearn some of the things that is not already working for you. If you have heard this before, then relearn it. Thank you for listening to me, and I pray and I hope that you will begin working today, right now, on your own wellness and well-being. Have a good day. Have a good life. Choose to be well. Thank you.
Make me listen to your words of life. Make me love you, Lord, with all my heart and soul. Make me listen to your living word. Make me follow you with all my will and strength. Make me listen to your words of life. Make me serve you, Lord, with all my heart and soul. Make me listen to your living word. Make me follow